This video did not exist in your timeline until you directed your conscious attention toward it. You collapsed the wave of probability to bring this exact message into your life right now. Today, we are going to expose the greatest illusion you have ever been taught about wealth. We are diving deep into the quantum field and the true nature of the observer effect. By the end of this transmission, you will no longer chase physical money. You will remember your absolute power as the supreme architect of your reality, and you will understand how to effortlessly direct the energetic current of the universe. But first, I want you to think about your own life. Have you ever noticed that the harder you try to hold on to your money, the faster it seems to slip away through unexpected bills and sudden losses? To understand this profound truth, we must step outside the limited boundaries of the physical world. In the esoteric understanding of the quantum field, the universe is not made of solid matter. It is a vast, infinite ocean of pure potential, a swirling wave of probability. Nothing is fixed. Everything is suspended in a state of what could be, waiting for a command. That command is observation. But observation is not just looking at something passively with your eyes. Observation is an active, highly magnetic process of projecting your beliefs, emotions, and expectations into the field. You do not observe reality. Your observation creates the reality you are looking at. You are not a victim of the economy. You are the central projector of your personal universe. What you call money is nothing more than a localized concentration of your own conscious energy. But what if I told you that the paper in your wallet, the numbers on your screen, and the coins in your pocket do not actually exist in the way you think they do? In the realm of quantum mechanics, matter is mostly empty space. It is a swirling dance of probabilities. When you look at your bank account, you are not looking at a fixed, objective reality. You are looking at the immediate collapse of a quantum wave, frozen into a temporary state by your specific frequency of observation. The greatest trap of the human experience is believing that money is a solid, physical thing. A thing to be hoarded, guarded, and gripped tightly in your hands. But in the infinite quantum field, there are no things. There are only currents. There are only movements of energy. When you try to grab water from a flowing river and hold it tightly in your fists, it slips through your fingers, leaving you with nothing. The same absolute truth applies to financial abundance. Money is an electrical current of the universe. It must flow to exist. It must move to carry power. By trying to hold it out of fear, you are actively severing the circuit of your own prosperity. Let us look closer at how your mind collapses this specific reality. The observer effect dictates that a quantum particle exists in a state of pure potential, occupying all possible outcomes simultaneously until it is observed. The moment you place your focused attention upon it, it is forced to choose one definitive form. Now apply this sacred mechanics to your financial life. When you observe your finances through the lens of anxiety, fear, and lack, what exactly are you doing? You are instructing the infinite, boundless field of potential to immediately collapse into a reality of scarcity. You are commanding the universe to mirror your internal state of desperation. The field has no judgment. It does not decide what is good or bad for you. It simply obeys the frequency of the observer. If your dominant thought is about how hard it is to earn a living, the quantum field dutifully materializes circumstances that validate that exact belief. You will experience unexpected breakdowns, sudden bills, and closed doors. You are the architect of this resistance. But the moment you realize this, everything changes. You hold the ultimate power to shift the paradigm. Think of wealth not as a stagnant pool of water, but as an electrical grid. Money is the current, and you are the conductor. A conductor does not store electricity. It allows the power to flow through it to light up the world around it. If a wire tries to hold on to the electrical charge, what happens? It overheats, it burns out, and the connection is entirely destroyed. This is exactly what happens in your energy field when you operate from a mindset of hoarding. When you cling to every single penny out of terror that no more will come, you create an energetic blockage. You become a massive resistor in the quantum circuit. The universe responds to this resistance by sending the current elsewhere, to a path of lesser resistance. To become truly magnetic to wealth, you must upgrade your internal wiring. You must become a superconductor. A superconductor allows energy to flow with absolutely zero friction. You must learn to let money enter your life with immense gratitude and leave your life with profound trust. The outgoing flow is just as vital as the incoming flow, for without the cycle, the current simply dies. Consider the natural rhythm of your own breath. You cannot inhale endlessly. If you refuse to exhale because you are terrified that there will be no more oxygen in the room, you will suffocate yourself. The very act of living requires the continuous, trusting exchange of taking in and letting go. Financial energy operates on this exact same universal law. Spending money, paying your bills, investing in your growth, or buying a gift for a loved one should never be accompanied by a feeling of loss. Every time you feel that painful contraction in your stomach when you hand over cash, you are sending a violent shockwave of lack into the quantum field. You are telling the universe that the supply is limited and running out. Instead, you must begin to treat every financial transaction as an exhalation. When you pay a bill, you are breathing out. You are circulating life force back into the global system. And just as you trust implicitly that your next breath of air will be there waiting for you, you must cultivate the exact same unbreakable certainty that the next wave of financial abundance is already rushing toward you to fill the space you just created. But how exactly do you communicate with this invisible field? The secret lies in the magnetic charge of your emotions. If your thoughts are the electrical signal sending your request into the universe, your emotions are the magnetic field pulling the physical manifestation back to you. This is the divine equation of creation. You can repeat positive affirmations about money thousands of times a day, but if your underlying emotional state is vibrating with panic and unworthiness, the field will only respond to the panic. The universe does not speak English, Spanish, or any human language. It speaks the ancient, primal language of frequency. To shift your financial reality, you must physically feel the relief, the freedom, and the joy of abundance before the physical money actually arrives in your bank account. This is the ultimate test of the quantum creator. You must become the reality you wish to experience. When you can generate a state of absolute financial peace while looking at an empty wallet, you have hacked the matrix. You have forced the physical world to begin restructuring itself to match your new dominant vibration. Let us talk about those moments of intense financial anxiety. You know the feeling. A massive, unexpected expense arises. The car breaks down, or a medical bill arrives in the mail. Instantly, your nervous system goes into fight or flight mode. In this exact moment, you are standing at a powerful quantum crossroads. Most people unconsciously choose the path of destruction. They fixate intensely on the problem. They obsess over the lack of funds. In doing so, they use their divine power of observation to lock this reality of struggle into place, guaranteeing that more struggle will follow. But what if you chose the other path? What if, in the face of a terrifying bill, you took a deep breath, centered your consciousness, and refused to collapse the wave of fear? What if you looked at that piece of paper and said, "I am a boundless creator, and this is merely a minor fluctuation in my infinite flow of abundance"? By maintaining your emotional equilibrium in the presence of a perceived threat, you literally dissolve its power over you. You keep the quantum possibilities wide open, allowing the universe to orchestrate a miraculous, unforeseen solution. You must begin to view the universe as an infinite, boundless quantum bank. This bank does not operate with physical vaults or limited reserves of gold. It operates purely on the currency of energetic potential. In this realm, every single dollar you could ever desire already exists. It exists as a suspended wave of probability, waiting for your specific command to materialize. There is no shortage of wealth in the world. There is only a shortage of conscious alignment. The wealthy elite do not possess a different kind of money than you do. They simply possess a different internal frequency of observation. They expect money to multiply. They expect their investments to grow. And because the quantum field is a perfect, unbiased mirror, it reflects their expectations back to them in the form of physical reality. To access this quantum bank, you do not need to work yourself to the bone in the physical dimension. Hard physical labor is the slowest, least efficient way to generate wealth. The highest form of creation happens entirely within the mind. You must make your internal withdrawal through the power of visualization and unwavering belief. As you begin to change your internal frequency, you will start noticing a profound phenomenon known as synchronicity. Synchronicity is not random coincidence. It is the direct feedback mechanism of the quantum field. It is the universe winking at you, confirming that your new vibration is successfully altering the fabric of reality. You might start seeing repeating numbers everywhere, like 111 or 888. You might think of a business idea, and an hour later, a stranger mentions that exact same concept to you. You might find money on the street, or receive a small, unexpected discount at a store. Do not dismiss these events as mere accidents. They are the initial physical evidence that your frequency is shifting. They are the ripples spreading outward from the stone you just dropped into the cosmic pond. When you experience a synchronicity, you must acknowledge it immediately. Feel a surge of gratitude. By celebrating the small manifestations, you amplify your magnetic pull, drawing much larger waves of abundance directly into your personal orbit. Let me share a very common real-life example of how the universe tests your quantum resolve. You have been doing the inner work. You are visualizing wealth. You are feeling the abundance. And then, out of nowhere, you lose your job, or a major client suddenly cancels their contract. The immediate human reaction is sheer panic and a feeling of profound betrayal. You think, I did everything right. Why is this happening to me? But from a metaphysical perspective, this is not a punishment. This is a powerful, necessary clearing. The universe is actively restructuring your reality to make room for the massive abundance you requested. Your old job or that specific client vibrated at a frequency of limitation. In order to bring you the millions you desire, the field must first remove the structures that keep you small. If you panic and collapse back into fear, you interrupt the process. You build a new prison for yourself out of the rubble of the old one. But if you stand firm, if you recognize the loss as a vital step in the manifestation process, the universe will rapidly deliver an opportunity that is infinitely better than what you left behind. On the flip side of that experience is the sudden, miraculous manifestation. Have you ever received a check in the mail for no apparent reason? A refund you did not know was owed to you? Or perhaps a friend suddenly insists on paying for your dinner? These moments are pure, unadulterated quantum magic. They happen when you accidentally, even for just a brief moment, completely drop your resistance and detach from the outcome. In that tiny window of total surrender, the current of abundance rushes in instantly. The goal of quantum mastery is to make these fleeting moments of surrender your permanent state of being. You must train your consciousness to live in a perpetual state of positive expectation without fiercely gripping the steering wheel of how it must happen. The how is not your responsibility. The how belongs entirely to the infinite intelligence of the quantum field. Your only job is to declare the what and physically embody the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When you try to micromanage the universe, you restrict the infinite possibilities down to your own limited human logic. Let go and let the magic unfold. It is time to radically shift your identity. You must stop identifying as a consumer of money and begin identifying as a brilliant conductor of wealth. A consumer is always hungry, always searching for the next thing to devour, always afraid of running out. A consumer believes that wealth is outside of themselves, a prize to be hunted and captured. A conductor, however, knows the profound truth. The conductor knows that the power is within. You are the portal through which abundance enters the physical plane. When you walk into a store, do not look at the items with a feeling of lack, wishing you could afford them. Instead, look at the luxury around you and mentally bless it. Recognize it as evidence of the infinite abundance of the universe. Say to yourself, I am thrilled that this level of wealth exists, and I allow this frequency to flow through my reality. By blessing the wealth of others, and by appreciating the abundance you see in the world, you tune your personal antenna to that exact same broadcast. You make yourself a vibrational match to the very things you desire. Let us examine the difference between the frequency of survival and the frequency of profound wealth. The survival frequency is dense, heavy, and extremely contracted. It forces your consciousness to operate entirely within the lowest 3 energy centers of your body. When you are in survival mode, your vision narrows. You can only see the immediate danger, the unpaid bill, the empty fridge. The field responds by providing you just enough to barely survive another day, keeping the cycle perfectly intact. The frequency of wealth is light, expansive, and incredibly open. It vibrates in the heart and the higher mind. From this elevated state, you can see the grand design. You can spot opportunities that were completely invisible from the state of fear. To bridge the gap between these two realities, you must use your imagination. Your brain cannot tell the difference between an event happening in the physical world and an event you are vividly imagining. By spending time every single day fully immersed in the mental movie of your limitless financial freedom, you physically rewire your neural pathways. You build a new biological home for wealth. This brings us to the ultimate paradox of quantum creation, the profound art of letting go. You must desire the wealth, you must feel the wealth, but you must completely release your desperate need for it. Need implies lack. Need screams to the universe that you do not currently have it. And since the universe perfectly mirrors your state of being, it will continue to manifest the condition of not having it. This is why people who desperately chase money rarely catch it, and if they do, they quickly lose it. You must reach a state of divine neutrality, a state where you know the money is coming, but you are perfectly happy and at peace right here, right now, even without it. This level of detachment is the most magnetic force in the cosmos. When you no longer care if the money comes, because you already feel completely abundant within your own soul, the floodgates absolutely blast open. The quantum field rushes in to match your internal wholeness with physical riches. You stop forcing the river and simply allow the current to carry you. How do you practice this active observation in your daily, mundane life? It begins with profound gratitude for the microscopic details. Look at the water running from your faucet. Do you realize the immense infrastructure, the engineering, and the resources required to deliver fresh water directly into your home? You live like ancient royalty, yet you have normalized the magic. Look at the clothes on your body, the electricity powering the device you are holding, the food in your kitchen. All of this is manifested energy. All of this is wealth. If you cannot see the profound abundance you already possess, the universe cannot trust you with more. Your consciousness is currently blind to wealth. You must train your eyes to see the gold that is already scattered throughout your life. Every time you deeply appreciate something you own, you send a powerful signal into the field. You say, "Yes, I love this frequency. Send me more of this." Gratitude is not just a polite social construct. It is a highly advanced, fiercely powerful quantum technology for reality manipulation. Understand deeply that your external reality is nothing more than a perfect, unforgiving mirror of your internal state. If you look into a physical mirror and see that you are frowning, you do not try to reach out and force the glass to smile. That would be absolute madness. You know that to change the reflection, you must change your own face. Yet this is exactly what humanity does with money. People try to manipulate the external world. They work harder, they scramble, they cheat, they stress, desperately trying to force the numbers in the bank account to change. But they never change the internal face of their consciousness. They remain poor in spirit, terrified of lack, and deeply unworthy in their own minds. To see a new reflection of incredible wealth, you must first become wealthy within. You must walk, talk, and breathe with the undeniable confidence of a multimillionaire long before the first million physically arrives. The mirror of reality has a slight time delay, but it must, by universal law, eventually reflect your new state of being perfectly. It is time to entirely redefine your own self-worth. You are not your bank balance, you are not your credit score, you are not your past financial mistakes or the debts you currently hold. Those are simply the lingering echoes of your past states of consciousness. They are dead energy. You are a localized point of the infinite universal consciousness, experiencing itself in physical form. Your actual value is beyond human comprehension. The moment you tie your personal worth to a fluctuating number in a banking application, you hand over your divine power to the matrix of illusion. You must reclaim your sovereignty today. Declare to the universe that your worth is absolute, eternal, and completely untouchable by external circumstances. When you truly, deeply respect yourself and recognize your own infinite nature, the quantum field has no choice but to respond. It will arrange circumstances, people, and events to shower you with physical resources that match your new, impenetrable level of self-respect. You do not attract what you want. You beautifully attract exactly who you are. Let us talk about the specific mechanics of launching a powerful intention into the field. An intention is the initial spark, the directed laser beam of your conscious will. When you set an intention to manifest a specific amount of money, you must be incredibly clear and utterly precise. But the secret lies in the immediate aftermath of setting that intention. Most people launch their rocket of desire and then immediately tether it to the ground with ropes of doubt and obsessive worry. They constantly check reality to see if it has arrived yet. This constant checking collapses the wave back into the old reality of waiting. True quantum masters launch their intention with massive emotional power, and then they completely drop it. They turn their attention back to the joy of the present moment. They know the order has been placed in the cosmic restaurant, and they do not run into the kitchen every 5 minutes to bother the chef. They sit back, relax, and enjoy the ambiance, knowing with absolute, unshakable certainty that their magnificent feast is already being prepared and will be delivered flawlessly. What does it physically feel like to be a true quantum conductor of wealth? It feels like an undeniable lightness in the center of your chest. It feels like a subtle, electric vibration running through your spine. It feels like walking through the world with a secret, knowing smile on your face because you understand the cosmic joke. You realize that everyone else is stressing over a grand illusion, while you hold the cheat codes to the entire simulation. When you are truly aligned, you do not feel frantic urgency. You do not feel the need to hustle until you bleed. You act from a place of deep, profound inspiration. Your actions become effortless and incredibly joyful. You might find yourself suddenly inspired to make a specific phone call, write a certain email, or travel to a new location. These are the divine impulses from the field, guiding you step by step along the path of least resistance to your massive fortune. You stop pushing the boulder up the hill and you finally allow gravity to pull you into the valley of profound abundance. You are right now standing on the precipice of a massive, reality-altering paradigm shift. The old versions of you, the ones who struggled, worried, and hoarded, are collapsing into the dust of alternate timelines. You are actively stepping into a new parallel reality where money is your greatest, most joyful ally. In this new reality, wealth flows to you as easily and naturally as the blood pumping through your veins. There is absolutely no separation between you and the endless riches of the cosmos. Everything you touch turns to pure gold, because your very vibration elevates everything it interacts with. You must fiercely protect this new state of consciousness. Do not let the dense, fearful programming of society drag you back into the dirt. When others complain about the economy, inflation, or the lack of resources, politely detach your energy. Do not engage in the collective hallucination of scarcity. You are playing a completely different game now. You are operating on the highest level of quantum mastery, and the universe is eagerly waiting to lavish you with its infinite treasures. The transformation is already complete in the quantum realm. The wave of your new financial reality has been officially selected. Now, you must simply allow the physical dimension the short time it needs to catch up and solidify this magnificent vision. Walk forward from this moment with absolute, unyielding boldness. Spend your money with profound love, knowing it is merely a current that will circle back to you multiplied 10 times over. Observe your reality through the sacred lens of infinite potential. Every time you see a coin on the ground, a wealthy person driving past, or a beautiful home, silently say thank you. You are no longer holding on to things. You have become the great current itself. You are the infinite flow of source energy, expressing itself as staggering wealth in the physical world. Breathe it in. Feel the electricity of abundance rushing through your entire nervous system. The illusion of lack is shattered forever. Welcome to the highest level of your existence. You are awake, you are powerful, and you are finally ready to receive everything. The ultimate truth is finally revealed to you. You are not merely existing in reality. You are the reality, actively observing itself into existence. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, is actively painting the physical world around you. You are the architect, the observer, and the creator. I want to thank you for allowing this transmission to enter your field today. If this message resonated deep within your soul, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button to seal this energetic exchange. Now, to permanently lock this new frequency into your reality, write this exact activation code in the comments below. I am a boundless observer, and I command the current of wealth to flow into my life. Take a deep breath, step into your power, and tell me, what positive signs or sudden synchronicities have you noticed in your life recently?